He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Vikings and the Steelers, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 23.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three-River Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. After the interception, here's Jackson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Play action. It's Jackson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mecole Hardman. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Now for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Now Mayfield. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw completes a Freiermuth.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield now. Johnson with a completion over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. He gets this one to Boyd.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
This defense for the Vikings, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They go play action now. Jackson.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start on the ground with Harris. Oh, he shifts past him. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
first down, and they go back to Harris. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 18 carries, 99 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. Steelers in control of the football. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now. It's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
The Vikings at 9-5 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. And
I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Play fake. Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. give. This is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Throwing, Mayfield. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. 3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And he's got this to Jefferson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Jackson's throw there taken in by Smith. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Hamler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend of the NFC. Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room. And now look at this. Big game, but a fumble. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This is taken at the 18. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Catch is made by Hardman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Personal foul, unnecessary run, defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It caught.
Touchdown! Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this.
Fighting through it, he's got space. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Mayfield on first down.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Harris on the draw. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Out is Myers for the Seahawk field goal. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Myers' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. And I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there, because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Jackson from the shotgun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Mayfield on play action. It's brought in by Harris.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people...
Back now in Pittsburgh. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And again, it's Mayfield. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kiki QT. 31 yards.
And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Kiki QT. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
First down, Mayfield.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. And Rodgers has it over on the right side.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Second and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Holding offense.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. As they run the counter play. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down. So they went a little cautious there on third and long.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. On second down, Mayfield again. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. On third down, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He wants it all for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
Well, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this